Hello, Assalamu alaikum, and today I'm going to discuss on a very personal topic to me, which is regarding the hijab. And I know many of you will be wondering why am I talking about this topic, and it is something that everyone has a very little knowledge about. Basically, I live in a multiracial country, so it is difficult to make certain people understand my choices, and I've come in different phases. I've been a non-hijabi, I've been a part-time hijabi, and currently I'm a full-time hijabi, alhamdulillah. And so I basically can relate to every single situation that a girl goes through, a Muslim girl, of course. And I also understand the questions, the perception, the way people actually perceive me because I wear hijab. And today I'm going to publicly say that I do not regret my decision of wearing the hijab. In fact, I am so happy, and I don't think that, inshallah, I really hope I won't come across the moment where I would doubt my decision of wearing the hijab full time and I would ever think about removing it. So, moving on, today I would like to discuss what is hijab to me, and hopefully many people could relate to me, and hopefully many people could understand my decision and not see it as a way of me looking good, or even some people questioning me whether do you have hair, do you have good hair, or you have horrible hair and that's why you're wearing hijab. So without wasting any time, let's get in the first issue. Okay, whenever people see me with hijab, they immediately perceive me as someone low profile. Oh, they think that I don't know how to socialize, I'm not modern, I'm not well exposed, I'm the oppressed woman, because in many people's perspective, hijab means being oppressed. You are forced to cover up yourself, you are forced to dress up in a certain manner, you are forced to not express yourself. However, let me correct your statement there. Hijab is actually very, very beautiful, and I'm saying this not because it's only my personal obligation. Yes, of course, when I first understood the concept of hijab, the only thing I knew about it is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants me to wear it and nothing else. Let me be honest here, that's exactly what I thought. My parents are reversed, so I grew up in a totally different environment, and I really hope one day I could share my experience on that. But today we're going to focus on hijab. So my parents always have this session where they will ask me whether I want to wear the hijab, even during school times and everything. And after a certain stage, they told me that it was time to wear the hijab, on and off. So I had those part-time hijabi time, and then when I move on to the full-time hijabi moment, I had certain difficulties to understand why am I doing this, whether is this what I want. And at that moment, I think I examined whatever that I had in me, or examine any one of it. But basically, when I go into deep, where I try to understand the hijab and everything, I realize that it's more of a protection, and it's a self-preservance for myself, for my faith, for my body and everything. When I wear the hijab, I feel safe. And it's not because people won't rape me, or people won't rape people who wear hijab, or people won't look. No. There are people who are so attractive when they wear hijab. There are people who are so attractive that it disturbs a guy's, mind, soul, and everything. But I'm talking about self-preservance where I feel safe. I feel that I have that self-respect for my body. I mean, when you don't wear hijab, you basically have freedom of choosing your clothes. You don't have to cover up certain parts of your body. You can follow up every trend. But when you wear hijab, you don't really wear shorts, you don't really wear short skirts, or you wear sleeveless. You practically cover up. Especially when you really observe your aura, you tend to realize you should be covering up your hand, and just showing off your wrist. You should be, just showing off your ankle. And for certain mazhab, you should be wearing socks as well. So basically, I've come to that level where I completely understand why I'm wearing the hijab. And when I see my fellow sisters not wearing it, I feel deeply sorry for them, because hijab is beautiful. And I also respect their choice, because hijab is a personal choice. Yes, of course, hijab is compulsory because you're a woman, you're a Muslim woman, you are in the faith of Islam, you have to wear hijab. But I don't think it's completely fair to force upon someone to do it, because I wasn't forced into this decision. This is my personal decision. I love what I'm doing. I do not regret it in some way. Yes, of course, there are certain limitations on how I dress up, what I wear, how I see things. But I don't regret it at all. So I want all my fellow sisters out there, all my fellow sisters of Islam, to actually feel what I feel, the strong feeling towards my faith, the strong feelings toward hijab. And I want them to realize that this is a beautiful step we're going to take into. And you're not going to be alone, because all over the world we have Muslims wearing hijab. And yes, not only in my country, but in Western countries, in Middle East, in Asian countries, everywhere. So you're not alone. And if you think there are people who are not wearing hijab and they're happy, how can you be so sure? They could not. They could be losing something in life, and those people who wear hijab is also losing things in life. That doesn't mean you don't have to wear hijab. Hijab is a personal choice, and I respect whoever who takes it, whoever who does not take it. That's how it works. But I always encourage people to wear hijab. It makes you feel good. And in my perspective, when I wasn't wearing hijab, I tend to be very defensive about it. When people say, "Hey, Shira, you should be wearing your hijab. You look good in it," and I go like, "Hey, this is my personal point of view. Do not disturb me. This is my life. This is how I see it. I still believe in Allah, and blah blah blah." I go on justifying every single action. But let me just remind you one thing, okay? And I'm not being rude. I'm not being, how to say, judgmental or anything. But I'm just stating the fact here, whereby even the shaitan believes in Allah, and he actually makes you do bad things. He actually provokes you doing bad things. But he's a good servant of Allah. So you can be a believer. But if you want to be a true believer, if you want to have the good iman, you want to observe your faith, you want to be good in yourself, you want to feel good about yourself, you want to achieve that certain level that as a Muslim you should be achieving, try wearing the hijab. And no matter what happens, challenges come and go. People judge you and they don't judge you. People hate you, people love you. Do not take it off. Do not give up on yourself. Do not give up on your faith, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will never give up on you. And that's all that matters at the end of the day. At one point of time, I feel like giving up. At one point of time, I feel like I want to be free like everyone else. But then I think that, what is the exact definition of freedom? Is it being free and later on being handcuffed in hell? Or are you talking about being obedient, being the good servant, observing your faith, respecting your faith, and accepting it for who you are, and having that deep peace, that self-preservance in yourself, and later on enjoying the rewards you can gain? I mean, most of you will be thinking, man, you're wearing the hijab like almost every day. Every single time you go out, you have to, have that extra accessory on yourself and all these kind of things. Doesn't it burden you? I'm going to be very honest with you. It can be difficult. It gets tough. It gets in your way of dressing up and everything. But am I going to stop? No. There are a lot of things that comes in your way. So why is that hijab being a problem when everything else seems to be okay with you? I mean, you go to university and you have problem making friends. Does that mean you stop making friends? You go to university and you face a couple of hard subjects. Does that mean you stop your degree program and move on? Or for instance, you have difficulty talking to your parents, getting along with your siblings, understanding people around you. Do you give up? So why is it when it comes to hijab, something compulsory, something beautiful to your faith, you want to give up? If you do not give up on everything that seems less important, not compulsory, not obligated, not observing your faith, then why you giving up on something so important as this? And to all the non-Muslims out there, we respect your faith. As a Muslim, put aside whoever you have met so far, those ignorant, those extremists, and all those kind of people. I'm a Muslim here, let me tell you something. I have parents who reverted from another religion. My relatives are Hindu, Catholics, and all this mix of other religions. And when you are having your celebrations, when you're having your rituals, your customs, I completely respect it. I completely understand. In fact, I admire you. When you have your Taipusam celebration, I admire the dedication, the hard work you put into your faith, the amount of belief you have towards your faith. Or even for Catholics, for Christians who go to church, who have the daily Sunday Mass and all these kind of things, I completely respect you. So when you see us wearing this extra accessory, wearing this hijab, please respect us. Please do not differentiate us. Please do not look at us as if we are different from you. We respect your faith. We respect who you are. Sometimes we respect those things that we don't even understand about your faith. We don't understand the Bible. We do not understand the Bhagavad Gita completely. And you might not understand the Quran completely. But when we do something regarding our faith, I really hope as a fellow human you would actually encourage us instead of discouraging us. Because if your religion is right, Just the same way I think my religion is right, one day it will prevail and everyone will see it. There is no need for you to force someone into your religion. There is no need for me to force you into my religion. Sorry, slip of tongue. But let people see the truth. If you hold the truth, people will see it. If I hold the truth, people will see it. Stop forcing people. Forcing people. But instead, try to be supportive in whatever someone did. If you have a Muslim friend, relative, or acquaintances, or anyone that you know, support them. Support them in whatever they do. Do not let them deviate. If I have a non-Muslim friend, I will never let them deviate. I will never tell them. I have cousins. I have families who are not Muslims. I never tell them to leave their religion to come into my religion. So do not do that. Do not encourage people to do things that you don't want others to do. So, with this, I end my video saying that I'm really proud being a hijabi, and I really hope there'll be a lot of Muslims out there who are proud to be a hijabi, who wants to be a hijabi, who will encourage other people to be a hijabi. Being a hijabi does not stop me from being who I am, from dressing up the way I want, and to be the same modern, open minded, and hilarious person that everyone knows me to be. I am still the same person despite this extra accessory on me. I still observe the way I talk just the way I've done previously. So I really hope people will be supportive of my decision forever. And I really hope that whenever you meet a hijabi, be nice to them. This extra accessory does not make them any less than a human. So with that, I end my video. Thank you for the support. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I really hope that people will leave down your comment for me to improve myself. Till then, till my next video. Bye bye. Assalamualaikum.